Hello, friends. Okay, there is a dynamic aspect at the full moon for Sunday, the December full moon, and that is that the sun at 23 degrees of Sagittarius with arrows, so it's in a fiery sign with a fiery asteroid, is trine Hygeia, health, wellness, and how we live in Aries at 22. Now, 22 degrees is a very serious degree. So this is it has a life or death type energy in general, that degree number. And so when Sun is trine 22, trine health, wellness, and lifestyle, the choices that we make right now are going to set us up for a very beneficial, life, or could bring pitfalls. So it's really important that we slow down in an energy that just wants to push forward. And the thing about that pushing forward energy with both the new moon this month and the full moon is that Mars, which is doing the pushing, is very young. Mars is, now I forget the degree, but it's like, 3, 4, 5 degrees, something like that at the full moon. No, I think it's at 5 degrees. And and it's trine the North Node. So, if you know what the North Node is like, give me more. It's just as my teacher says, it's a very greedy energy. So ever since Mars retrograded on about December 7th, I think it was, I cannot sit still. I can barely sleep as it is in these energies. And I just feel so agitated, inside with that Mars, North Node aspect going on. And it's there for all of us. And so the real thing is to bring, to the extent you can, because it's a challenging energy to try to slow down in this. I just keep wanting to go. I contacted someone at the end of last week, and I just had to I contacted them, appropriately. And then I sent a message the following day appropriately. And then the last, then after that, I've had to hold myself back and just be like, don't send any more messages. Just wait, okay? Because this is what the energy is like. Like, you just want to do it now. And it's kind of has that internet energy where something happens and in 20 seconds, you want to know everything about it, right? Because it's the internet era, and why shouldn't we know everything? This very young, and I mean, it can be appealing, because it's very youthful, but this very young energy is very, very challenging to build something of a serious nature that will last. And so thank God that Saturn is still in Pisces, okay? Because let's face it, Pisces can really kind of get, ooh, that's a good idea, Hey, I am a Pisces as well, so, I'm many signs. I have many planets and many signs, but I really get that. But with Saturn, in there, we have a unique opportunity to use the wisdom. We can actually consciously turn our attention. Okay, the go. Now I'm going to consciously change channels to the Saturn energy and consider the long term and consider what is the strongest thing that I could do here. What will be the highest and best for me in the long term? Okay, so those are the kind of questions that I recommend using to bring the light of your consciousness to a problem or situation. And then when you get the inner impulse, boom, let's do this, let's do that. When you get the inner impulse, then my suggestion is to do a check-in. is this from the level of your soul, from the level of divine guidance for you, your spiritual guidance? Is this God's will for you? Or is it just your mind thinking up stuff? Boop, 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 boop. I thought of 100 things just now. That's not worthy of our time and attention right now. Why? Because Pluto brings a seriousness. The reason it brings a seriousness is that Pluto has consequences, and we're at the beginning of a 19-year cycle. The energy of this lunar month sets the energy for, it gives us a flavor for the next 19 years. And, there are great and big cycles here. But I don't know. You want to do the best you can to start off on the right foot by using your consciousness. Now, here's the thing. Uranus at 24 degrees, still in Taurus, is gonna just Uranus is just gonna throw like lightning bolts into your plans, like into our plans, and it's Uranus, again, as my teacher says, the upsets that come with Uranus turn things to the highest good. So sometimes when Uranus energy just activates, and that happens like in a moment, okay? Uranus will just be like, boom, something huge has just changed, right? It could also be you ran into a friend, that you haven't seen for years. These can be positive, things as well. I mean, I'll just give you an example. I'm helping a friend of mine whose family member is very ill, and it's just so amazing. She's saying, okay, I'm trying this therapy, and I just write back like, I literally am using that right now. Or she said, I asked her if I could do anything for her, and she said, could you order me this? And I literally have a unused, unopened box in my pantry that I could just drive over. So it's, those are also Uranus surprises, right? So it doesn't have to be a negative. It can be a positive. It can be a great insight, okay? Where we just suddenly shift direction. There's so much of this going on right now. And actually, I have to tell you something. It's also in delightful ways. Before this month, through August, September, watching the egret and the crows for a minute there. I don't know, you just got to pay attention to the nature signals, but everything's fine.